Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Sweta. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You tell me, how are you doing?
I'm also doing great, and thank you so much for joining me. And I'm very grateful to you. And simultaneously, I was looking forward to this session for a longer period of time. And thanks a lot for joining me again.
It's my pleasure that you connected with me today. And yeah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, and actually, I wanted to have a session with you for a longer period of time, and I mailed you also. I think you may not have seen my message at Gmail. Then one day I found your number, then I messaged you on your phone. So that's how we connected today. So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
true, true. Nowadays, it's pretty difficult for me to communicate or have a conversation with people. So I even decreased. Nowadays, I didn't take many sessions. But yeah, nowadays, means in this week, I can say that I have started taking sessions for YouTube. Before that, I was not taking. At least now it has been 3 months that I've not been taking conversation. And also, I have a lot of
so,
pending
so
emails that I haven't checked through. Yeah, those who are,
yeah, yeah, that's what I was
reaching,
saying.
yes, those who are reaching out via number or through phone calls. So for them, I am available because that time I have to.
Okay.
But yeah, pending
Hmm.
emails are pending, I would say. Okay, I'm saying like this way.
Yeah.
So basically, I live in two places, so that's the reason nowadays it's
Yes,
pretty
you were
difficult.
saying. Okay, that's
Yes,
great.
yes.
Okay, so as we are saying, although I know about you, but for the sake of my audience, would you please introduce yourself
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
in a nutshell? Only?
Okay, okay. Hi everyone. My name is Sweta and I'm from West Bengal. I have completed my graduation and I'm about to complete my master's degree. And along with it, I have a YouTube channel, Swetas English Lifestyle, where I began to learn this language. Then at the same time, I started teaching because I wanted to learn properly and consistently. I was passionate and even I wanted to be independent. Yeah. So I found there to teach English because I was giving my full time and I was so passionate. So I thought of teaching. So at the same time, while learning, I started teaching and making a lot of videos on YouTube, having conversation with a lot of people. And yeah, that's how it has been going for more than 2 years now on YouTube. And I have hobbies like singing, traveling, enjoying with nature. I love connecting with nature. So that's pretty much about me. Thank you so much.
Was a lovely introduction and great to know about you. And Shweta, I have a lot of I have jotted down some questions for you. So can I ask them?
Yes, sure, sure.
Can I ask these questions to you? So my first question is, what does your daily routine look like? Because as you are wearing a lot of hats. So I want to know from you, how do you manage everything? How does your what does your daily routine look like, so that our audience get some idea how should we do our English practice or learn something from you. So could you please tell me?
Mhm. When you told about daily routine, I just remember one thing that, oh my God, if I talk about my daily routine, then they should
Mhm.
not listen my daily routine because I am not that balanced. Yeah, because I have been living in two places, going to the village, then coming back to my room. I live in rented house. Earlier, I was so focused and consistent for learning English, as you asked that if you share about your daily routine related to English as well, then they will learn so many things, right? So yes, I would love to share because I have been following. So basically, like my day starts with teaching, I can tell you these days, if I share. Earlier, I was focusing a lot in my health. I was doing meditation, exercise, and also I was doing morning walk, and I was spending time with myself. I was doing meditation, and even I was singing songs in the morning. That that was my ritual, I would say, starting with a fresh mind and doing so many things for myself. Self love, I can say that, following, loving myself, right? So I was doing that, and that time I was so peacefully doing everything. But these days, basically I have to wake up and I take classes since morning. So I wake up and I go to washroom and then I get freshen up. Then I have warm water and then I sit for classes. After taking classes, then I cook something for myself, breakfast or lunch, I can say. Then I have my lunch and breakfast. And again, I teach. Again, I make videos. Some videos I have to make. So I make so many videos because when I start my day, I think about videos. I have to create something. I have to make in this topic or something like that, I think. And also, I have to prepare for my teaching because every day is a new day. So we have to upgrade ourselves and we have to think out of the box or something different or new, right? So that is what I do. I'm always occupied with that only, I can say. And some days I have to go offline classes. Means weekly I don't go every day, but I have some days to go for teaching at institute. So I teach there, and online classes, personal classes, then group classes. I have to conduct sessions and for YouTube conversations. Then I practice for myself as well. So these are the activities I have to do for myself. I have to practice English. So basically, my routine is like that. I'm not doing a lot of things like uh, normal or usual that we do, right? I'm not focusing on small things like focusing on my health and spending time with family and just lying on the bed and watching movies, watching TV. No, I've not been doing for a long time. I'm just working for myself. It has been more than 2 years that I have been working for myself in front of camera and then teaching and then focusing on learning. I have a mindset of learning something or the other. I try to learn, and I earlier used to sing a lot. So nowadays I don't sing, and I love to watch movies, but I don't watch movies. Sometimes I watch English related content and I use some techniques to learn English. I use ChatGPT to learn something. That's how it has been going on. And this is my daily routine. Yes,
That's great. Actually, we love so many things like watching movies and involve ourselves in so many other activities. But as we are involved in this journey, like teaching, learning, and evolving, upgrading ourselves, so we it is about priority. We think it is our priority, so we just avoid other things like which we like watching movies and going to fun activities. So we avoid doing all these things because we are so much involved in this journey. So I think that is the reason behind all these things. You totally engross yourself with all these things so that you evolve and you upgrade yourself, right?
true. And I stay alone,
Yes.
so I have to think about my activities or to-do list or habits that I have, right? What I need to work, how I need to make productive day. I have to think a lot every day, and I plan for that in the morning time. And that's how I
as
start
you
doing work.
as you live alone, so I think you have to prepare your cook, you have to prepare your food as well, and there are so many other activities, right? So
Exactly.
you have a lot of things on your plate, right? So you don't have time for other
I'm
activities.
juggling, I
You
would
are
say.
just in English and learning,
Sometimes I'm
right?
cooking. What happens? Sometimes I'm cooking, sometimes I'm teaching, taking online classes, then again cooking and doing household chores. It also
Yeah.
happens with me. So it's not particular daily routine that I can share with you that since morning I wake up and then do I house my household chores and all. No, I wake up and I have to think about teaching. First priority is teaching and making some content for me and learning English. That is first thing that I have to do, and then in between I work my household chores. Sometimes I'm like,
Actually,
yeah,
what
bathing
happens?
is necessary in the morning time. I have to bath first. Yeah, that's necessary for me, mandatory. But yes, other thing, household chores. There are many things, right?
Yeah,
So for
actually, what
that,
happens is, for example, yes, yes, go ahead.
yeah, that is what I'm saying. Please continue. You are saying something.
Actually, I was saying that like when we do what we love, in the at the outset of the day, like for example, you started teaching, so we feel satisfied, like we have done
Mm,
something which is meaningful or which is our priority. So then we feel satisfied. Then we can do with other things like household chores,
mm,
cooking food, etc. All these things take a back seat, and
mm.
we should start with our priority, right? So we feel contentment in this way also. If we
True.
start with the things which are our priority list, right?
Yes, yes, true. Because if you are teaching, then you are not alone, right? As I told you earlier, I was doing so many things. I was maintaining my daily routine. I was so interested to focus on my daily habit and routine and maintaining myself, okay, and also doing self love. So journaling and all many things I was doing earlier in my college time. That time I had no responsibility. But if I see now, I have responsibilities. Not one responsibility. I have so many responsibilities. I have to take care of my family as well. I have to look after them. Then I have people around me. I have learners. They are older than me. They are working professionals. They are older people and they have expectations from me that I teach them. So I wake up with them, means I have to think for them first. Then I think about my life. So that's why my sister and my mother, they always scold me. And that's why I'm telling you, for 3 months, I have not been taking online
Okay.
conversation, but classes I have to take because I am surviving with that, right? So I have to take online classes, but for YouTube I'm not working properly. Sometimes in a week I make one conversation, or in a month maybe around 4or 5 sessions. That's how. At least more than
So
100
I
people
think,
are on Gmail. I haven't checked them. I feel so bad about it because earlier I was doing so many conversations.
but you don't have time. It's not your fault, right?
Yes, and I love to connect with people, right? We learn something from them. But the thing is, if you have another responsibilities, then it's pretty difficult. Yes. Yeah, every day we need
So
to
the thing
try.
which I learned from Yes, the thing which I learned from your journey of your practice is that we can cut corners at other things, but we should not cut corners with our things, like with our priorities, the things which we love to do,
Hmm,
right? So yeah, so that is what I just got from your daily routine, and our audience definitely will get the same thing from this, from your daily routine. We can cut corners in other things, but we should not cut corners on our priorities, right?
true, true.
So my next question is, what makes you feel happy? What
There
makes
are
you feel happy?
there are so many things make me happy. I don't think that only teaching or English speaking that makes me happy, but I can say that we can be
Apart
happy.
from these things,
We
yes,
can be happy with anything. And I'm the person, if you watch my videos, you will understand that with a small thing, I become happy. Means if I see flowers, I become happy. I feel happy. I see flowers and children, if I go outside, I need something. Or if I see anything, then I feel happy. It doesn't require any, even I'm the person like who can be happy alone with myself.
okay,
Yeah, some
okay.
people feel bored and some people think that living alone, being alone, we don't feel good. We feel bad, or so many things happen: overthinking, anxiety, panic, depression. But I feel that if you have mindset to feel happy for anything, we can be happy alone. There are many things to do living alone, right? To make you happy, but you need to do something. Action makes us happy. If you are just sitting, how will you feel happy? But if you are doing something, then it makes automatically happy. For example, something that you are cooking. If you're eating that delicious food or something that you like, and
Yes,
you did action there, right? You cooked something and you ate. So it makes us happy. And talk to somebody. That also makes happy. Go to the roof if you are feeling bad about it, something, right? So
yes.
going to the roof and seeing the nature and trees, birds, flowers, it makes me happy. So it is like
Sitting, sitting under the
anything.
open sky. Yeah,
Mhm. But the thing is, if I don't do anything, that doesn't make me happy. That makes me unhappy or sad, we can say. If I'm doing something, then I'm happy.
that's great to know. Yeah, so if you do something, you feel happy.
Yes.
If you are doing
If I'm
nothing or
not
you're
doing
sitting
anything,
idle, then
I
you feel unhappy.
overthinking. I do overthinking, or I
Yeah,
am
yeah,
overthinking.
definitely. I can resonate. I can
Yes.
resonate with you because when we involve ourselves in so many activities, in action, into actions, then we are engaged in doing something or other things. But when
Yes.
we are sitting just idle, at that time our mind starts thinking, start
True,
overthinking.
true.
So that is detrimental for ourselves, right? So
Yes,
it's
yes.
good to do something or other thing all the time, yeah, for being
Hmm.
happy also. So I
Hmm.
can resonate with you.
Yeah,
So
there are
my
many
next
things to
question
do,
is,
right? There are many things to do.
yes,
After waking up, you can write to-do list. You can see your progress. You can try to think
yes,
about those things. That is also make us happy that, oh, something that we are doing, we are analyzing ourselves or we are observing. So every time we need to do something, or else you can do peacefully your work or sleep. Sleeping is also good for making us happy, right? Something that you need to
Yeah,
do.
I love sleeping. I love sleeping actually. So, what I was saying, I can totally resonate with you, Shweta, because when I involve myself in so many things, like first of all, I complete my household chores, then I start my English practice every day. If I sit idle, then I start thinking about negative things
Hmm.
and how did that person talk to me like this. So many things which doesn't matter for me, but I start
Hmm.
thinking about those things. But when I involve myself into actions, into activities, then I forget about everything, and it is fruitful also at the same time. It is
Hmm.
productive. But when we sit idle and we start overthinking, it is detrimental for our health. So doing something is always good. Apart from this, sleeping is also something that relax my mind and my body as well,
Hmm.
right? So I can
Hmm.
totally resonate with you. So Sweta, my next question is like, for example, you forgot everything which you have learned till now
Hmm.
related to English, speaking, everything, every grammar rule. So now you have to start from the beginning as as you got involved in this journey, in this learning journey, in the beginning of this journey. So there are, I think, the journey must be a roller coaster journey for you, I believe. Like, initially we don't
Absolutely.
know how to start learning, what should we
Hmm.
do, like that. So my question is that you forgot all the knowledge you got through these years, so
Hmm.
now you have to start again. So what changes would you do now, because you just got through that journey? Now you should, when we feel that sometimes we wasted our time, we should not do this thing in that way. So how do you do now
What I would do,
as compared to before?
I would, I would speak again. I would listen again because I know two techniques. Means if I didn't even know, but I can say that basic thing we know. If we learn any language, then we need to consume, we need to listen, then we need to produce, we need to speak, right? So being a human, we understand what we need to do. Speaking is must, listening is must. So I would do again speaking practice. I would not follow grammar rules, or I would not go with a writing theoretical method, traditional method, but I would go with speaking and listening. And ultimate goal is to speak, and solution is also to speak in language or English or whatever language we can talk about. But I would go with listening and speaking. It is always with me because yes, being a human, we understand that we have to communicate, or we need to speak, or we need to consume, listen, think, right?
What were the mistakes you did when you started your English speaking journey? Like you are saying, I would do speaking and listening, these
Hmm.
two things. So what did you do when you started your journey, learning journey?
Hmm. So initially
What
I
were the
started
mistakes?
Initially, I started
Yeah.
from zero, completely from scratch,
Yes, I
because I
know. Yeah.
studied in Bengali, right? Then I was unable to read, write, study. Nothing was there. Okay, I was only able to read, but I was not able to understand. We know that subject we read and we just somehow read, but we don't even know what we are reading, being a vernacular medium student. So that was happening with me. But I understood one thing, that listening is the main thing that we need to do here, I believe, because I actually I'm a uh, I love to sing, so I was listening songs and lyrics, and I was even singing mantras as well. It was very difficult to sing mantras, but while listening a lot again and again, when we try to repeat again and again, we repeat, so that time we sing easily
Learn.
mantras as well, right?
Yeah.
So I understood in that way. So I thought English language is also like that, that we need to listen. Repetition is important for listening and for thinking and for speaking. Now we need to train it. So we need to, for training, it is not overnight process. It takes time, and you need to put effort and energy. So I knew that, and that's why I started with consuming and listening and thinking and then speaking about it. So that's how I was doing. And you asked me that I was what are the struggles I was facing, right? So basically, I knew this thing. So I started with that,
Yeah.
listening and speaking and thinking and making mistakes. I was doing a lot in grammar. So basically, these are the challenges that I faced, that making mistakes, yeah, and I was not focusing on grammar that much. And also, I was not focusing on my uh, body language, eye contact earlier because I was doing self practice. Before coming on YouTube, I was just practicing in front of camera. So I didn't know what to do. Completely from scratch I started. So that's why I started working. Basically, we have to be observer for certain things if we are improving. So I focus on my life skills, observing something, yeah, and becoming mindful, careful about something that we are doing. We need to be even serious for that. Yeah, we need to be serious for that. So I had so many challenges and problems, but still I was ready for that, so I did it. And first challenge that I faced, grammar. Yeah, because I didn't know grammar, I was focusing on my listening practice and speaking practice. So that's what I can say.
So, were you into reading and writing as well when you started your journey, writing and reading?
As I told you
And what about
initially.
now also?
What about
Yes.
last? What did you say? I didn't catch.
In the starting, okay, I'm repeating. In the beginning, were you into reading and writing
No, no, I
also?
understood
And what
this,
about
but
now?
third
Are
one.
you? And I also want to ask that are you still into reading and writing nowadays? Are you into reading and writing?
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was saying about it. But I heard something else as well in third point, but I couldn't catch. So this is what you wanted to ask, right? That initially you were doing or not, or still are you doing or not? So I can tell you that when I began my journey, that time I was into reading, writing. I was into reading and writing. Why? Because I didn't know the words, vocabularies, sentences, how to read, structure, even I didn't know, right? For sentence formation, I didn't know. And even I told you one thing that initially I had no confidence and also I had no personality. I was underconfident and demotivated girl and also introverted. So that time I was writing and I was learning English. So I was writing my emotions, my feelings that I was facing problem or I was feeling about it. I was writing, so we can say journaling. It is called journaling. I didn't know earlier, but now I know that that is called journaling, right? So I was doing journaling. I was not learning subjective way, but I was just expressing myself, my emotions, my feelings, my experiences, whatever I was having that time. So I was writing, so writing skills I was following, but basis of journaling, right? So that time also I was focusing in my sentence structure because I was unable to write properly and I was making some mistakes. Even I have so four, 3 or 5 notebooks, means diaries, where I was writing about myself, right? So I saw there I have so many mistakes. I made so many mistakes. Basically, I can say that. So I was focusing on reading, writing and reading, if I say, then I didn't know particularly which type of books I should read. I was just reading randomly anything. So I can say that reading and writing I didn't do properly. Initially, I did for 2 3 months, maybe in between I did, or in my learning time because I was a student of college, so I was reading, writing because I'm a student of English literature student. So I was focusing on reading, writing, but not mindfully. I didn't understand that time because it was my learning time. So I was unable to understand the things reading and writing. And still, if I say that I don't know, I don't read, write much. I practically do. Speaking a lot and teaching and communicating, understanding people, understanding myself, observing myself, recording myself, speaking in front of camera. That helps me a lot in my improving.
Okay, so you are speaking. You are into speaking a lot. Apart from this, you are not much into reading and writing, right? That's what
Yeah.
I got.
Earlier, I was doing a little bit, not that much, reading, writing, and also watching some podcasts. Even I can tell you that I didn't learn English by watching movies, by reading books, by listening podcasts. No, I'm not that. I did it practically, I can say. I started teaching while learning, as I told you. So that is how I have learned. Because we know that we are
That's
improving here
great.
for
So, what
speaking,
resources and
right?
Yes, actually, it depends on people, what is working for you and what is not working for you. I think it differs from people to people. Some people feel like listening is working for them. Some people go for watching. Some say like the person is reading, so we should also go for reading. So it depends on what kind of personality you are. I think so,
True.
right?
I
So,
also
what
think
resources and practices did you follow to improve your speaking?
there are many
Resources
activities.
or practices?
Okay,
Yes.
resources you are asking.
Sorry.
Resources you are asking or activities?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, resources and practices you
Okay.
followed.
In this journey, I tried many things. As I told you, sometimes reading practice I tried, or writing. Then also I researched about grammar, that I was making mistakes initially. So I focused on grammar as well, pronunciation. Then overall we have to focus on many things, right? So what thing helps me, if I say, then speaking, I can tell you. I have been speaking since the beginning, and I can say it is the main thing that we need to follow. We need to train our mouth and brain and our listening skills. If we listen carefully, we understand words, we understand sentences. If we understand sentences, then we think in English, then we speak, right? So these are the things I do, and this is the best thing I can tell you. And uh, some techniques are there, like you have to follow to train, to polish, you need to follow, right? So that is like you have to do shadow technique, then also reading practice, writing practice. It is the thing that helps us to be upgrade, to be upgraded, or to learn every day, to polish, to train. These are the activities that we need to do for speaking practice. So basically, we need to do a lot of things in our journey, and it has
Couldn't agree more.
own rule, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, definitely. So,
It has its own
so
rule.
yes, sorry.
It has its own role, we can say.
Yes, definitely. So, so these were some questions I had for you. And do you have something you want to ask me?
I could ask you some questions, but we have already completed our session. So I'll ask in another session. I already had a
Yes, yes,
conversation
yes.
with you, and we discussed many things in that conversation. And today, yes, you wanted to have a conversation with me for your channel. So I was just ready for that, and I'm glad for that. And yeah, it is about to end now, the session.
Yes. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and
I enjoyed a
I
lot.
got a lot of things from. Yeah. Thank you so much thank you so much, Shweta, for joining me.
Yes, thank you so much.
And it was lovely session, and I enjoyed thoroughly. And hope the same thing from you.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. I have enjoyed a lot because I have to ask questions and I have to conduct session. But today you asked me and I expressed. So I love to express myself. So yeah, it was really amazing conversation, and you connected at this situation. You connected that, now you you are going to give a give a birth to a baby. So I'm so happy for that. I didn't say, I forgot to say, but yes, I wish you all the best, and please take care, and do not do a lot of conversation because I know it's
Yeah.
very hectic.
Actually, I'm thinking how, I'm thinking about my YouTube channel, my journey, how would I manage? I don't know anything, but somehow, maybe next week I will deliver my baby. So I'm very excited for my new journey as well. But
Oh my god.
somewhere I'm feeling, that nervousness. And what about you?
Yes,
Yes.
true, true.
And thank you so much,
Yes.
Shweta, for joining me and for understanding my situation. Yeah.
Exactly. When I was talking to you, I was just remembering. I needed to ask you. I needed to ask you. I was thinking, and you just conducted my session. So I was thinking, oh my God, I didn't even ask how she's feeling now. That's why I asked that, how are you feeling today? But yeah, still I wanted to ask
So I'm
personally.
feeling good.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
worried, like, oh my
So
God,
thank
how
you
she's
so much.
doing?
And
Are you fine? Are
excellent.
you healthy? Still, are you
Yes,
are
I'm
you okay
healthy
with
and baby is
conversation?
also healthy. Yes, throughout this journey, I tried to maintain my consistency.
Oh my
And
goodness.
anyhow, because there were a lot of things on my plate also, responsibilities. I had to visit hospitals so many times, and there are a lot of rush at hospitals nowadays. Even if you are going to private hospitals, I had to sit there for a longer period of time, sometimes for 5 hours, sometimes for 6 hours. So it was a very hectic journey for me, but somehow I managed so that I keep up with my learning practice. But I don't know what is about to happen for the next 3 months, because I think it would take 3 months now.
Oh my
At
God.
this September, October, then I will restart my journey again. And
Mm.
I will message you again on October or November to have a more conversation after
I
three
would
months.
love to connect with you, and
Okay?
I would love to know your health, yeah, and how everything that I will ask. But yes, I am inspired. I can say people will definitely inspire from you or by you, that you are just doing a lot of things, and also then you are having conversation and also focusing on English. You didn't stop. So that's a real mother, we can say, right? I'm truly
Yes.
inspired by you. And I was thinking, like,
Thank you so
this
much.
kind of personal things, anything happen, then how will we communicate? How will we conduct session? How will we manage? But from you, I understood that no, we can do anything at any situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Shweta.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
Have a
Take care.
great
Have a
evening. Bye
lovely
bye.
evening.
Yes. Bye bye. Take care.
You too.
Okay.